College Football 27, new equipment and player likeness.
I know my gearheads have been waiting for this one, but let's start with the player likeness first. You'll notice more attention to detail with some of the bigger name players this year.
Okay, yeah, automatically off the rip. I'm seeing more detail to the hair, to the facial structure, you know, to the ears. It kind of looks like they just gave everybody the generic face in the 26 one. But 27, I could tell this guy looks a lot more accurate.
Here, as they're actually
That's
doing
fire,
some face sculpting on a few of the bigger names. So
that's how I feel about all these type of games. Like, as long as you have good presentation and good representation and all that type of stuff, then I'm chilling.
Into some of the big name guys, as they should. As you can see, last year versus this year, some of these guys look a little bit more accurate. You'll also notice a lot of work was done with the helmet fit and sizing, which we'll touch on more later in the video, but that's a part.
That's fire. Y'all got the shape of they big old heads. Ain't no way. And yeah, I'm glad that they did this, because some players will take their helmet off and you're like, who is that? There was no reason for some of these players. Like, some of these players, it just looked like they drew them and then put them on the game. It was like, hey, if they find out, they find out.
A little bit more accurate. You'll also notice a lot of work was done with the helmet fit and sizing, which we'll touch on more later in the video, but that's a part of likeness too. Your equipment, the way your helmet fits. You'll notice with Malachi Tony here, a much more accurate face and some gear updates. All of that stuff plays into your likeness because you want these players to look face, and
all of their faces look smaller. They look like actual human beings. Not they don't all. That's what I meant by the generic face, is they don't all have that like long face on them anymore.
Some gear updates, all that.
All their facial structures are like matching them, which is weird.
Exactly
I don't know how they do that.
As you can see here with Lacey, got some gear updates, but also a much more accurate face as they put a little bit of extra work into some of those guys. And you'll also just notice some other things like the pad sizing is much more accurate.
This one was just disrespectful. I don't know what they was thinking on this. I don't know why this guy even decided to accept this. I don't know if he saw this and tried to sue him. If he didn't, then they should have, because he looks like his eyebrows are messed up. He looks like a ghost, honestly, compared to this one where he looks like, again, an actual human being.
Year they brought them down a bit. The cleats fit a lot better as well, which is another big one. We'll touch on all of these more in depth later in the video. Here we've got Trinidad from Ole Miss. You can see not a huge update with him, but some slight changes. Here we got Ryan Williams, cover star last year. You can see got the number change, some gear updates, some slight face updates as well. Just looks a little bit more realistic this year, which is what we want to see. And again, with the helmet fit, last year they sat low. They weren't tilted. This year, they're looking a lot more accurate. Got a nice update here for Notre Dame.
I can't really tell the difference with the helmets and all that type of stuff, so I'm going to just hope that, you know, if you have a keen eye for that thing,
winner Leonard
it looks
Moore,
good.
You can see he looks more accurate to his current day look.
He got different
Another
hair
big
now.
One was Marcel
That's
Reed
nice.
from Texas A&M. You can see
that dude look like somebody who I know on the right side, bro. Shout out to you, Zach.
Again, some gear updates here, which we'll touch on later. But the
that
face
is
a
crazy.
lot more
That looks
accurate
exactly
this year.
like
and of
him.
course, another cover athlete, Colin Simmons, looking a lot better this year as well. Now with Dante Moore, they haven't.
Some of these guys even got lighter shaded skin.
His face yet. It does look different than last year, but it's not the final product yet, so I didn't want to show it. But look at the hair, the attention to detail on the updated hair. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. Now the first thing we have to start with, of course, is the fit of the helmet. This was an area that needed a lot of work, and they've made some really good improvements here with helmet tilt, helmet sizing, and the height at which the helmets sit.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't think they needed to do anything with the helmets. I just think that, like, people were being nitpicky and just complaining about them. Like, they're helmets. They look good in the games. So it's like, I don't really see why EA had the feeling that they needed to change it. But hey, if it looks better, it looks better. That's good.
Now, of course, every
we'll
helmet's
take that
going
at
to
the
look
end
a
of
little
the
bit
day.
different. There was the Speed Flex. Now we're going to look at the Axiom helmet. You'll notice if you compare to the previous iterations of college football that the helmets fit much, much better this year. They sit higher up, they tilt forward, and it looks more.
And it's like, it shows more of their neck. So it's not like the helmet is all the way down to their neck, which is also pretty cool. I like that.
Like what you see real players do in real life. Obviously, every player has custom fits in real life, and players wear their helmets.
I like the tuck in 27 too. That's more accurate. That's more realistic. I don't think a lot of players tuck their jerseys so much to a point where their pads are showing.
Do in real life. Obviously, every player has custom fits in real life, and players wear their helmets differently, so you're not going to always get.
So hopefully, like, when you tuck it and stuff, you get to have an option. Like, do you want to do a messy tuck, or do you want to do a tuck where it's like a clean tuck
across the board in a video game? But we've seen much improvements in this area, and now most of the helmets are going to look more lifelike and look accurate on the players, and I think that is a huge step forward for the visuals of the game. And another really big upgrade, in my opinion, is the pad sizing. You'll notice now that the small fit shoulder pads have been reduced, so they're not nearly as bulky as they were in the previous iterations of the game. And this was another area that needed some improvement, because in real life, a lot
now,
of
yeah, for sure. When it comes to that, when it comes to my customization for my character, and I wanted the no pad thing, sometimes you would be like, okay, that does still look like there's pads there, but it's the smallest that you can do. So hopefully that if this is what it looks like in College 27, I'm fine with this. It is, to me, I feel like it needs to be just a little bit more smoother over the top, and then you're good.
Do not wear big shoulder pads. Of course, this is another thing where everybody kind of wears it differently, but we needed a smaller version, and it just helps the players look more realistic. It helps their
I like the reflection off the helmets.
Game as well. Another cool addition are the new clear reflective visors. You have the regular version and the Oakley version. This is kind of more of the mirrored look that you see a lot of players in real life wear now, so it's really good that we finally have this option to equip in the game.
I just realized Oakley's always been around. It's not just Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown just joined Oakley. That makes sense.
About this one. We finally got the highly requested hanging mouthpieces in multiple colors,
Oh,
just like you see on Saturday.
wow. Now this is different. Now, how are the mouthpieces going to be looking when you're running? Are they going to obey the game physics and all that type of stuff, or are they going to be glitchy and everything? I don't think I've ever. This is different. I've never seen this in any of the other college footballs. I've never seen this in a Madden game where you were able to customize your play with a hanging mouthpiece. So, hey, applaud to the college football 27 for this. I feel as if this is what y'all needed to do throughout these last couple of college footballs and Maddens, bro. Give us good customization, give us good presentation, all that type of stuff. That's all we ask for. I mean, at the end of the day.
They can't be attached.
Like, I'm definitely going to be using this hanging mouth guard thing on my player for sure.
In the player's mouth yet, but that option should be coming soon. And they even feature physics, meaning they actually move naturally as the players run around on the field.
Okay, that's fire, but you should also have a setting where it's like some plays you have it in, some plays you have it out type of thing. You know, like the frequency of how much you put your mouthpiece in and let it hang.
And of course, we have to talk about the addition of single leg sleeves, which has probably been the most requested piece of equipment since the series returned. This was a much needed addition considering how
Which,
many
what I
players
said,
wear
it
in
might
real
be
life,
like
and it's another big
nitpicking,
step
but
forward,
you
making
know,
players look more authentic on the
it's
field.
Madden. They
And
deserve
here's
to be
a hidden
nitpicked.
detail that most people don't know about the leg sleeve colors. When you're at the uniform selection screen before you go into a game, if teams have different color leg sleeve or base layer options, you can actually go down to the socks, and when you change the sock color, it will change the leg sleeve color as well if the team actually wears those colors in real life. Next up is the...
That's actually pretty impressive, honestly. Which means you're going to have to do a lot more real-time updates and all that type of stuff in case anybody changes it. But maybe you won't have to, because the teams who do that, I'm guaranteeing they're not going to change that style of what they do anytime soon. So you obviously got to go out to certain teams and choose which ones you need to put the leg sleeve on, which lets me know that you're putting a little bit more effort in to this customization than the previous ones. Hopefully we have different hairs. Actually, the hairstyles are pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
New roll jersey. We've got a lower version of the crop jersey look, which now shows the entire
I'm thinking about 2K
on the front. This is much better than the overly exaggerated rolled up jersey from last year. That version still exists if you like that look, but now we have a secondary option.
Okay, now automatically what I don't like is how this thing right here, it's not tucked into the back of his butt basically, but it's just like a magnet. It's like inside of his pants. Like that I don't like that.
Here, which is more in line with what players
But again,
wear
that's
in real
nitpicking.
life. And I think when you combine the better crop jersey, the helmet fit, and the smaller pads, it makes the silhouettes of the players look a ton better this year. Now, another cool feature with these crop jerseys is you can change the color of the compression undershirt with this style. You can't do it with the regular jersey style, however, but hopefully they add that soon. So right here, for example, if we want to make the undershirt black, we can then go into the sleeve option and we can change the new quarter sleeve so that we have a matching look. Now, if you want to get this type of a look, which is also new, the shooter sleeve and compression shirt with the gap between both of them, this is what you have to do. You got to go to the undershirt and you want to use one of the compression shirts. You've got team colors and you've also got black and white.
Dude, this player looks fire though. I ain't gonna lie. He looks like an actual human being. The pads look cool. The sleeves look cool. The color scheme is fire. The hanging mouthpiece, the Jordan symbol, the big, you know, on the left side of him. The helmet looks smooth. It looks clean. It looks new, man. I don't know if that's always been their logo, but I like that logo for their helmet right there. That's tough.
What you want to do is equip that compression shirt. Also notice the neckline on the compression shirt is a bit higher. Not quite a turtleneck look. I think we're going to get those soon, but it gives you a similar style there. Then what you do is you go into the arms and you want to choose the regular shooter sleeve. So of course you could use team colors, white, black, whatever you want to do. If you want a matching look, use the same color as the compression shirt, or if you want a different look, you can make the sleeves a different color. So the regular shooter sleeve is going to have a gap, whereas all the other sleeves, like the padded sleeves and some of the other compression sleeves, they're going to have more of the overlap look over the sleeve. So you kind of have your choice of either version, which I think is a really nice touch.
All right, that's
Another
tough.
popular
I like
look
that.
you can now do is the turf tape with.
I like how they're giving us options. It's not like you can do this one or this one. Or you could do this one and this one, but you're gonna have to get rid of this in order to do both of these.
Quarter sleeve as well. So to achieve this look, it's kind of similar. You want to go into the compression undershirts. You can change them to whichever different color you want, and then when you go to the left and right arm, you can equip the turf tape.
You wanna know what I just thought about, bro? Were all those college football 27 free roam things leaks? Were they fake?
We've been wanting in the game for
that
a while,
debunked
and it's finally
officially?
here this year. Another small change.
Because I feel like he would have definitely talked about that by now.
Now I know a lot of people don't wear this, but I like that they actually made the hoodie look a little bit
I'm wearing the hoodie. Best believe.
better. It's not nearly as bulky and baggy as it looked in the previous iterations of the game. You can see this one looks a lot more tailored to the body. So
I never knew you could wear a hoodie in the previous games.
We also got the new.
If I knew that, I would have been wearing a hoodie.
Coaches that were in Madden last year. You can have them in all different colors. You can wear them open or closed, which look really good. And we also finally got the new wrist braces in college football. We saw these in Madden at the end of last year, but now they're in college as well. Another cool thing they did this year where they changed the backplate logo, so every team doesn't have just their same generic logo on the back.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Play like a champion today in Huskers. Good, man. Customization. Make it unique. Make every team feel like it's their team.
Backplate. Some teams wear different things on their backplates. Like you could see the Jordan teams wear the Jordan backplates, and you'll notice that some schools have their primary logo on the backplate. Some of them have a more secondary logo. Some of them have like the script logo, as you could see with some of the teams. Then some teams just have their letters. So it's kind of nice that they added this touch where every team's backplate is more unique to what they do in real life, and I like that attention to detail.
And that'll be cool if you can customize the team and then make your team logo the backplate. That would be fire too.
Hey, if you're an equipment head just like me and you're enjoying this content, please go ahead and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a ton. And I've got some more exclusive videos coming over the next 2 days. Another nice addition is the ability to wear the play call on your waist. Some QBs wear it this way. Some of the defensive players like to wear this as well. So you have team colors, black and white.
Nah, I like to wear it on the wrist.
We see
on the
some
wrist
players
for sure.
rock on Saturday. Taking a look at Cam Coleman here on Texas, just an overall
that
look
dude loves
here,
that
looking
QB.
at the helmet, the mouthpiece, the compression shirt with the high neckline. But let's turn them around and look at the towels. Yes, we now have logos on the towels. That was another thing that was highly requested. So just going to pan through some teams here so you could see kind of how the towels are looking with the logos. I would like to see them do this for some more equipment, maybe the hand warmers or wrist braces. I think hopefully in the future we can get some of that. But nice to see it come to the towels, at least for now. It just makes them look a little bit better in my opinion. Now we also did get some new cleats. I was able to find a lot of Adidas stuff.
The cleats, I never really cared about what cleats I wore in what's this thing called, college football 27. Honestly, like it's just like if they look good, they look good. I'll put them on. But I bet for those sneakerheads out there, they always get hyped when they realize that there's either more accurate cleats or there's cleats out there that they have that are now in the game, which is always a cool thing. Sorry about that.
Of the Addy Zero Electric 3. I know there's some more new cleats that are going to be on the way at some point, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But Adidas definitely got some upgrades here. We also got the Addy Zero Impact Plus 2. So a lot of Adidas schools in the game, they'll definitely have some new stuff to mess around with. One of my favorites coming in a minute, just wait. We also have the Addy Zero Impact 2 as well. You could see some pretty nice cleats here for the Adidas guys. And then we're going to go over to the...
It's like, does anybody care about Adidas? Like not Adidas, but does anybody care about the cleats that they wear in football? Like in 2K, I get it because it's like it's more of a noticeable thing, cameras closer, all that type of stuff. But it's like in this one, you know, when it comes to the color, I want it to match. But when it comes to like The brand, it's
Chaos 2, another new addition to the game. So, Adidas has kind of really been making their name heard a lot more in the cleats department these last few years. But my favorite one is the Anthony Edwards 1. One of the better basketball shoes over the past few years. And there also is a cleat version of that. I'm so glad they were able
They got the Ant Edwards in the college football 27.
Also, I want you to note the fitment of the cleats. If you noticed in the past couple of years, some of the cleats fit a little bulky, to say the least, a little weird. If you remember how they looked last year, they did not look quite like
bro, I see why you gotta call it AE1, bro. It's just like saying, yo, you got the Jordans sounds so much cooler than saying, yo, you got the Edwards. Oh nah, bro. Yo, you got the Ants. I don't know. Yeah, AE is perfect.
Yeah,
Keep
so
it AE.
Kind of scrolling through some
Keep
of the
it
cleats
AE
here,
for sure.
You'll notice a lot of them do fit a lot better.
Those the LGBTQ shoes.
So
what do they name those? Nike Vapor Edge Dunk.
Some of the cleats here. You'll notice a lot of them do fit a lot better this year. Another nice sneaky addition they put into the game
shoes
are
were
the practice
tough.
jerseys for teams being different than what they wear in a real game. We saw this change come to Madden a couple years ago, and now they have brought it over to college, which I like. So you'll notice when you go into practice mode now, they will wear their kind of dedicated practice uniforms, usually with the QB also wearing a different colored jersey. Obviously, different teams do different things with their practice jerseys, but I think this is really cool, especially if you're a dynasty player. When you're bringing your team into practice, you want it to feel a little bit different.
Oh, wow. Look at all those people outside the practice facility walking around. That is actually pretty cool.
Player, when you're bringing your team into practice, you want it to feel a little bit different than what a game would feel like. So them wearing the different styles of uniform, I think, kind of adds to this, and I just think it's a nice little touch. This is the biggest equipment jump we've seen out of EA from one year to the next, and there's some other really good stuff coming soon and updates.
Is that it? Yes, it is. All right, man. College Football 27, new equipment and player likeness. This video honestly was kind of fire. I like what they're doing with College Football 27, it seems like. Sure, we've seen gameplay, we've seen all that, we've seen everything that we needed to see, and honestly, nothing has looked too bad besides the meter thing. That's the only thing I think about when it comes to the gameplay. But besides that, man, I'm looking forward to this new College Football 27, and let's see what happens when it comes out.